Welcome to today's news. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noureen. Here are the latest trending news stories from across the globe. Let's dive into today's top headlines. Harris' lead over Trump narrows to just 1 point in final days before election. Harris pushes back on Biden's garbage comment, stresses unity. Officers praise Harris for reclaiming site of Trump's January 6 rally, stress need for unity. Trump and allies increase election fraud claims in Pennsylvania amid long voting lines. VP nominee Tim Walz says Americans want unity in final days of campaign. Governor Hochul launches $12 million project to remove lead pipes in Poughkeepsie. Nikki Haley's supporters weigh voting options amid Trump backlash. Fire at ballot drop box in Washington damaged hundreds of ballots amid election tensions. Canada accuses Indian minister of targeting Sikh separatists on Canadian soil. Flash floods in Spain lead to 95 confirmed deaths and extensive damage. Bangladesh women secures SAF championship title again with 2-1 victory over Nepal. And Ruben Amorim comments on Manchester United interest and nothing is decided yet. You are listening to Headlines, now news in detail. Kamala Harris' lead over Donald Trump has slimmed to just 1 point as the U.S. presidential election nears, according to a Reuters Ipsos poll released Tuesday. The poll completed last weekend showed Harris with 44% of the vote while Trump trailed closely with 43%, putting the race at nearly a tie. The survey had a margin of error of about 3 percentage points, indicating a tight contest ahead of the November 5 election. Since she entered the race in July, Harris has led in all Reuters Ipsos polls of registered voters, but her advantage has been shrinking steadily since late September. In a previous poll from mid-October, Harris led by 2 points, though that has now narrowed further. The recent poll included responses from 1,150 adults across the U.S., with 975 registered voters. Trump appeared to hold strong support in key areas that matter most to voters, which could impact the final outcome. With just days left, both candidates are expected to focus on critical issues to win over undecided voters. Vice President Kamala Harris said she strongly disagreed with criticizing people based on who they vote for after President Biden's recent comment calling Trump supporters garbage sparked backlash. During a video call with Latino activists, Biden had reacted to a joke from comedian Tony Hinchcliffe, who called Puerto Rico a floating island of garbage. Biden appeared to say, "The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters, targeting Trump's past comments about Latinos. After criticism, the White House clarified Biden's words, saying he meant supporters and that he referred specifically to Hinchcliffe's comment. Biden later said his remarks were about hateful rhetoric, emphasizing that Trump's views on Latinos don't reflect American values. Harris spoke out, stating she represented all Americans regardless of their support and aimed for unity. Republicans responded quickly to Biden's remarks with figures like Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro also distancing themselves from Biden's statement. Harris, Biden, and other candidates continued campaigning as more than 55 million Americans had already voted early. The comment recalled other post-election remarks that became controversial, including Hillary Clinton's basket of deplorables in 2016. At a rally near the White House, Vice President Kamala Harris spoke Tuesday at the same location where former President Donald Trump urged supporters to fight like hell on January 6, 2021. Officers who defended the Capitol that day watched her event, including Officer Daniel Hodges, who faced intense violence during the attack. Hodges appreciated Harris' choice to reclaim the spot and saw it as a powerful reminder of the election's stakes. He recalled the emotional experience, contrasting the calm atmosphere of Harris' rally with the chaos of January 6. It's important to move forward, Hodges said. Former Capitol Police Sergeant Aquilino Gonell, injured in the 2021 attack, was also present and expressed hope for a more positive future. Craig Sicknick, brother of late Officer Brian Sicknick, also spoke, remembering his brother's sacrifices and condemning Trump's promise to pardon Capitol attackers. He expressed strong support for Harris, describing her as the real leader the nation needs. As the 2024 election approaches, these officers and supporters urged Americans to reject political violence and work toward unity. Former President Donald Trump and his allies recently raised claims of voter fraud in Pennsylvania using routine voting processes to highlight alleged irregularities. Trump's supporters shared videos of long lines at a Bucks County office where voters were requesting mail-in ballots, calling it suppressive. Local officials clarified that due to high demand, lines were closed mid-afternoon to allow the office to close by 5 p.m. The Trump campaign filed a lawsuit against Bucks County, alleging that officials illegally turned voters away, which a judge later supported, extending hours for in-person ballot requests through November 1st. Trump also accused Pennsylvania of fake ballots and fraudulent applications in Lancaster and York counties, which officials acknowledged but noted only involved a few hundred cases they had already rejected. Trump and his allies amplified similar claims on social media, despite past courts rejecting numerous Trump lawsuits after the 2020 election. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro dismissed Trump's recent claims as stoking chaos and promised a fair election, saying the state's process will respect voters' choices. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, the Democratic vice presidential nominee, stated that Americans are eager for unity as he and Vice President Kamala Harris made their final appeal to voters just days before Election Day. Walz expressed that people are hungry to come back together and want solutions, which he discussed on CBS Mornings. Harris spoke on Tuesday night at the same site where former President Donald Trump addressed supporters before the Capitol attack on January 6, 2021. Her speech focused on offering a vision of unity and inclusivity, contrasting Trump's approach. Walz also responded to recent remarks by President Biden, who clarified he was targeting hateful rhetoric after Republicans criticized him for a comment about Trump's supporters. Walz addressed key campaign issues like abortion, supporting a return to Roe v. Wade protections. He also acknowledged concerns from Arab American voters about the Gaza conflict, promising support for human rights. Walz aimed his message to men, highlighting manufacturing jobs and gun violence solutions, adding that the Harris-Walz administration would address issues for everyone, including reproductive health care. Governor Kathy Hochul announced a $12 million state grant to help Poughkeepsie replace lead water pipes, aiming to improve water safety and protect residents' health. This funding is part of New York's $340 million statewide effort with support from the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law to remove lead pipes across the state. The project includes a $3.2 million federal grant for additional water safety measures in Poughkeepsie. Governor Hochul said New York remains committed to supporting communities in removing lead from water systems. "We are continuing to provide the resources needed to protect public drinking water," she stated. The grant will fully cover any remaining costs, so the city won't have to repay funds for the lead pipe projects. Poughkeepsie was among 12 cities awarded state and federal grants along with interest-free loans for these efforts. Representative Pat Ryan emphasized every American has the right to clean water, adding that today's funding is a major step toward ensuring water safety in the Hudson Valley. He pledged to keep working with Governor Hochul and local leaders to eliminate all toxic lead pipes in the region. A focus group conducted on October 30 revealed that many supporters of Nikki Haley from the GOP presidential primary remain uncertain about their choices with Election Day near. Participants voiced mixed feelings about Trump, with some frustrated by recent controversial comments at his New York rally, which included what they described as racist rhetoric. For some Haley supporters, these remarks reinforced doubts about Trump. A few, torn between Republican loyalty and concerns about Trump, mentioned either voting third party, staying home, or even considering Vice President Kamala Harris. Haley herself criticized Trump's comments at the rally while still backing his policies over his style. A few voters said the rally's tone was repulsive or disgusting, while others continued to support Trump, citing confidence in his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance. Haley's supporters, however, showed a clear divide. 4 plan to vote for Trump, while others are split between third-party options and leaning toward Harris, reflecting both frustration and loyalty among the Republican base. Officials in Southwest Washington recovered nearly 500 damaged ballots after a ballot drop box was set on fire on Monday, an act described as a threat to democracy ahead of the upcoming U.S. election. An unknown number of ballots were destroyed when incendiary devices were placed in the Vancouver drop box. Nearby, a second fire at a Portland, Oregon drop box damaged 3 additional ballots. Investigators, including the FBI, are examining links among these incidents and an earlier fire attempt in Vancouver. Surveillance footage in Portland captured a Volvo arriving at the drop box before the fire with incendiary devices placed on the box's exterior. Clark County Auditor Greg Kimsey stated his office would contact voters whose ballots were damaged to provide replacements. Though the Vancouver drop box had a fire suppression system, it failed to prevent extensive damage. Officials are now collecting ballots more frequently and during evening hours to avoid full drop boxes remaining overnight, with increased ballot box checks in Vancouver and King County, where Seattle is located. Officials are stepping up security to prevent further incidents. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for global updates. Canada has accused India's Home Affairs Minister Amit Shah, a top ally of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of plotting to intimidate and harm Sikh separatists in Canada. The allegations, revealed by Canadian Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister David Morrison, emerged during his testimony to a parliamentary committee. Morrison confirmed that he had provided information to the Washington Post linking Shah to threats and violence against Canada's Sikh diaspora in recent years. Indian officials have called these allegations baseless and politically motivated, previously claiming Canada harbors extremists. Relations between Canada and India worsened after Canada expelled Indian diplomats, with India quickly reciprocating. Canadian police have also linked Indian officials to the murder of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, a Sikh activist killed last year in Vancouver. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau testified last month, asserting that Canada has intelligence connecting Indian diplomats to criminal acts like drive-by shootings and extortion. Canada has presented evidence to India, but India denies the claims and has refused cooperation. These tensions have also affected international ties, especially with countries like the US, which consider India a key regional partner. At least 95 people died and many others went missing after heavy rains triggered flash floods in southern and eastern Spain. This disaster is considered the worst in Spain in nearly 30 years, according to local authorities in the Valencia region. Emergency services provided this initial death toll amid ongoing rescue efforts. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez expressed solidarity with those searching for missing loved ones and pledged to rebuild the affected areas. He called the situation tragic, especially in villages and cities devastated by the floods. The Spanish weather agency issued a red alert for Valencia, reporting almost 8 inches of rain, which transformed roads into rivers. Chiva, a town near Valencia, experienced over 19 inches of rainfall within 8 hours. Many residents were stranded, requiring helicopter rescues. While the rain eased by late morning, forecasters warned of more storms approaching. Over 1,000 soldiers were deployed to assist in recovery efforts, and significant crop damage was anticipated due to the floods. This toll marks the worst flooding in Europe since 2021, highlighting the growing threat of extreme weather linked to climate change. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. The Bangladesh women's football team successfully defended their title at the SAF Women's Championship, defeating Nepal 2-1 in a thrilling final at Dasharath Stadium in Kathmandu. Monica Chakma and Rituparna Chakma scored for Bangladesh in the second half, while Amisha Kirki equalized for Nepal, but it was not enough to secure a win. After a tense first half, Monica broke the deadlock in the 52nd minute. She scored by tapping the ball in after a well-placed throw ball from Sabina Khatun, which had deflected slightly off a Nepalese defender. Just 4 minutes later, Kirki equalized for Nepal, skillfully placing the ball past goalkeeper Rupna Chakma after it slipped through two defenders. However, Ritupora ensured that Bangladesh would retain their title in the 81st minute. Her cross was parried by the Nepal goalkeeper into her own net, sealing the victory for Bangladesh. The team showed determination throughout the match, showcasing their talent and teamwork to claim their second consecutive SAF championship title. Ruben Amorim stated that nothing is decided yet regarding his potential move to Manchester United after the club targeted him as the top candidate to replace sacked manager Erik ten Hag. United ended ten Hag's tenure following a 2-1 defeat to West Ham, leaving the club in 14th place in the Premier League. Amorim quickly became the front-runner to take over, with reports indicating that United is prepared to meet his release clause of €10 million. After Sporting Lisbon's League Cup victory against Nacional, Amorim was cautious when asked if it might have been his last game with the team. "Nobody knows whether this was my farewell match," he said, according to Sports Daily Ebola. Despite a busy summer transfer window, United has only won one of their last 8 matches across all competitions. Ruud van has been appointed as interim manager, but the club is keen on securing Amorim, who has won 2 Portuguese titles since joining Sporting in March 2020. We'll be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,456.69. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 92.98 points or 0.48%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,903.68. The Nikkei 225 index is increased by 298.15 points or 0.77%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,286.41. The Shanghai index is decreased by 35.79 points or 1.08%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,701.14. The Hang Seng index is increased by 101.78 points or 0.49%. Bombay stock close price is 80,369.03. The Sensex index is increased by 363.99 points or 0.46%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Harris' lead over Trump narrows to just 1 point in final days before election. Harris pushes back on Biden's garbage comment, stresses unity. Officers praise Harris for reclaiming site of Trump's January 6 rally, stress need for unity. Trump and allies increase election fraud claims in Pennsylvania amid long voting lines. VP nominee Tim Walz says Americans want unity in final days of campaign. Governor Hochul launches 12 million project to remove lead pipes in Poughkeepsie. Nikki Haley's supporters weigh voting options amid Trump backlash. Fire at ballot drop box in Washington damaged hundreds of ballots amid election tensions. Canada accuses Indian minister of targeting Sikh separatists on Canadian soil. Flash floods in Spain lead to 95 confirmed deaths and extensive damage. Bangladesh women secures SAF championship title again with 2-1 victory over Nepal. And Ruben Amorim comments on Manchester United interest and nothing is decided yet. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.